It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up is Jordan Brooks, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Seahawks and the Commanders next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
On first down, Holman. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Throwing on first down. Holman, nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw. Holman is complete to Lockett. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
To throw on third down. Holman. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. Well, they're sending out an early memo that points are not going to be easy to come by in this one. A block here in the opening quarter. What a block it was.
I love how you talked about sending out a memo. I know of one special teams coach who leaves a note in the lockers of guys he wants on his special teams. A direct invitation to them. He wants them to have the pride in what they're doing. This group showed it right there. A big effect on this game.
They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. You see the numbers last week for Davis. In the end, not enough to help get him the victory.
And as we look forward to this week, don't you just get the sense that he's going to get the ball a little bit more? I mean, that's just how it reads to me. I don't know how you're feeling about it.
Well, they talked about that with us this week. That's going to be a priority for them.
Give him the ball, let him do his thing.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Powell throwing on third down here. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be fourth down. Still leaves them with fourth and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for it. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that, putting it in my head, and making a decision. And you know me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Wow, Trey, you want to make an opening drive statement.
Yes, I do. Once I have the ball and I've got it on the move, I don't want to just give up that easily.
A gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Powell, another throw on 2nd down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 25-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Powell looking to throw again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. Gonna need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Sly able to put this one through. And it's 3-0 Washington. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Holman. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Walker now on 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. That's now 3 straight plays of over 15 yards and 3 straight first downs. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Back to Walker on 1st down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. 5. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the 1st quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night. Later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Off the play fake, Holman. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd and long. Holman going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll run for it with Robinson. A solid stiff arm. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. On their own side of the field, close to the 50, but their own side of the field. They only needed a couple of inches, and they were able to get it done.
And it doesn't matter whether you're a zone blocking team, a man blocking team, gap blocking, whatever you want to call it.
The defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Howell's throw complete to Dotson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders would extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes our score 17-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
On 1st and 10, Holman. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Off play action. Holman. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game. And now this time, an interception return for another score. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, and it's the Giants who are out in front. Colin Johnson, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. 2 touchdowns there for Jonathan Taylor. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And at the moment, that game is tied with the visiting New York Jets. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half, and not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for Washington, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided,
Well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So here is Washington now to take over. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to the Giants last week, and they do lead here right now, and they've got the football obviously as well. 1st and 10. Second half begins with a run by Robinson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights? That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Powell on the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 3rd and long. Here's Howell. Gets it to Strong. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Touchdown, Washington! What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juste. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It got his man complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And that's a rare bright spot in what's overall been a pretty poor showing so far. But you've got to figure when you're down a bunch, why not take some big shots? And they connect on that one.
And that one spanning and even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And the Seahawks are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Looking to throw. Holman. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. McManus's point after is good, so they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Now that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
On 3rd down, Holman. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is down to 24. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. First down, Howell to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Off play action, it's Howell. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the Commanders jumped.
Ball start, offense.
Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. And the man open here is Strong. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And this is going to be a Commander's 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Strong grabs it over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just got to give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Faking the handoff, Howell. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there. With his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Commanders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On first down, Holman setting up the screen here. This is Walker, and he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively. Well, it could have gone for more.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. 118 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Back to throw. Holman. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case...
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here, some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all, but in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Powell. Looking Strong's way again, and he's got it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. He'll buy some time right. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end, Parham. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's how. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for the late touchdown. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea where the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Washington,